It's 6 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and after a long night of either doing homework, school activities, or even just standard teenager things, students are expected to be in class bright and early at 8 a.m., with some needing to show up even earlier due to bus schedules or early bird classes. Either way, these start times aren't beneficial to students. It's too early for this.
I struggle quite a bit with getting up as early as I do. I mean, I have jazz in the morning every single day at school. I have to be up at 6 in the morning just so I can make it to that 7 o'clock class. And it's really difficult to get up that early. It takes like a half hour just to even get in the right mindset.
It's been proven that teenagers aren't fully awake until a few hours after school originally starts. Because of this gap, students aren't able to learn at their fullest capacity in their first few periods.
I think later start times would benefit students because they talk about the adolescent brain and not being awake until about 10 o'clock. So that if you shift the start times, that would align with when the brain is kind of awaking. And especially if teenagers are and adolescents are going to bed later, that would um, that would kind of align with all the time frames.
To these issues, some say that doing schoolwork earlier in the day gives students the opportunity to get a healthy amount of sleep. But with a lot of them in sports or other activities, sometimes students need to stay up until the later hours of the night just to get everything done for school the next morning.
because a lot of students stay up late to do their homework, and some of them go to bed like 2 a.m. and then the next morning they need to wake up at like 6 or 7, and they don't get enough sleep.
Activity. I know that I myself, having been in the marching band for 3 of my 4 high school years, it definitely impacted my sleep schedule. I know that for a good portion of nights where you wanted, or where we wanted to actually get in a lot of extra time and practice outside of the school day, we just had to go till like 11 at night. We would be there really late just doing marching band.
Along with students across the board, there are also teachers who agree that any alternative schedule would be beneficial for both students and staff.
Starts if somehow we can shorten the day. I think that will be very good for kids. For me personally, I think the same thing, where everything's a little bit more condensed, but maybe a little more intense. But I think in the long run, when you're talking about for 8 periods a day, you're talking about 7 hours. That's a lot of schooling for kids. So it's very easy for them to lose focus as the day goes on. So somehow, if we were able to start later, but maybe still end at the same time, condense things, I think that will be beneficial for kids. For me, definitely.
Yep.
I personally would like that too. A little bit of a later start where everything can be laid out perfectly. You have time to answer emails or meet students that need help or assistance with something in the beginning of the morning. Then you're able to start the day with a little bit more of a clean slate. So I think I'd be more effective as a teacher, and I think that kids would just be a little better off if it was a little more condensed.
As this school year closes out and the next one approaches, there's always a chance Downers Grove South will work out a schedule that adapts better to the teenagers who attend 5 days a week, whether that be by making it shorter or shifting it to start a few hours later. Staff, students, and many others would benefit from a schedule change.